is up, awesome people? Okay, so I'm doing something new on my channel, and this is something I haven't done in quite some time now. So I think the last time I posted Pokemon battles was back when I first started YouTube with Pokemon Battle Revolution, which kind of launched my channel off the ground, really. So yeah, what is it, 3 years later I'm doing it again. But yeah, anyways, this is a multi-battle Wi-Fi that I did with PIMPNITE on our recent live stream, which was held just a couple of days ago actually. So we just picked two random people out of the audience that we had, and I think we had an audience of about, I think at one stage 800 people. But yeah, out of those 800 people, these two people were the lucky two to be chosen for this battle, and it is Karin and Noor as our opponents. So, bit of a mixed tier battle here. Karin used a Electrike, Slowking, and Carbink, and Noor used Azumarill, Chloritza, and Dusclops. So, as for myself, I used Arbok, Heliolisk, and Lilligant, where PIMPNITE used Electrode, Tropius, and Wailord. So, this was probably the best multi-battle out of the couple that we did. Trying to think, yes, me and PIMPNITE actually didn't have any communication in this battle at all. PIMPNITE was actually running the stream, and I was actually laying in the bedroom at the time because I wasn't actually feeling too well in doing this battle. So this is probably a great example of how me and PIMPNITE work without talking to each other. So this was actually a really interesting battle. I better stop dribbling because I suck at these type of things. So let's just start the battle. Yes. Alrighty, so here we go. Hopefully you guys enjoy it because I suck at narrating battles. Anyways, Noor and Karin issued us to a challenge, so it's a double battle if you haven't worked that out. So I lead with my Arbok, and PIMPNITE leads with his Electrode, and our opponents lead with Dusclops and an awesome looking shiny Carbink. How awesome does that Carbink look? I actually want one now. Anyways, PIMPNITE starts off with the taunt on Electrode. Gonna taunt the Carbink because Carbink is a supporting type Pokemon. So hopefully that renders it useless. I go for the coil there, raising my attack, defense, and accuracy by one stage. Carbink got predicted there, going for the Stealth Rocks. Unfortunately can't use it because of taunt. Dusclops, however, does set up the Trick Room, so I kind of predicted it was going to be like a supporting type Dusclops, which most of them are. Everlight for sure. With that, Carbink is switched out into Slowking, which again is also shiny. That is pretty cool. Dusclops go for the Will-O-Wisp there on my Arbok. I set up another coil which will negate the burn effect, so I'm basically at neutral attack again. So +1 on my attack, defense, and accuracy there. Electro goes with taunt yet again, but this time on the Dusclops, so that should render it useless. At the same time, my Shaded Skin does kick in on my Arbok, healing my burn, so I'm back to my +2 attack there. With that, Dusclops does switch out because it can't do anything else and goes into a shiny Chloritza. So, oh my god, so many shinies. I go for the Sucker Punch there on Slowking, does about half damage there, while Slowking goes for the Size Shock, which is going to do about around half to Arbok thanks to a few defense boosts I've got, since Size Shock does hit defensively instead of specially. Anyways, Electro goes for the Thunderbolt and takes that Slowking out. So I get some lefty recovery there on Arbok. Alrighty, and with that, a Manectric is sent onto the field. So, right, so that's a shiny Manectric. So this person has 3 shinies. They're all awesome. And at the same time, it is a Mega Manectric. And that looks awesome. I've never seen a Mega Manectric in Wi-Fi battles yet. Anyways, its ability is Intimidate, so that's going to put me at +1 attack. And Electrode at -1, it's not going to phase Electrode at all. Chloritza goes for Lure Pulse there on my Arbok, which is a very wise move since my Arbok does require defensive setups and nothing for my special defense. I go for the rest there, so just bring my health back, and I'm fingers crossing here that Shed Skin kicks in. Manectric goes for the Thunderbolt there, that deals some nice damage there to Arbok. Electrode goes for the Thunderbolt on Chloritza, that does deal some nice damage as well to that, so that's got some nice special bulk there. Alrighty, so unfortunately Sedge Skin does not kick off on my Arbok, and I'm still asleep, which is a big pain in the ass. Clarissa goes for the Water Pulse on Electro this time, and that's going to deal some really big damage there to Electro. Not enough to kill it though. Manectric goes for the Thunderbolt there, brings me down to the red unfortunately, so if Shed Skin does not kick in, I'm unfortunately dead. Anyways, Thunderbolt does take out that Clarissa. More lefty recovery there on my Arbok. Alright, so the Twisted Dimensions return to normal because Trick Room was up, and I kind of forgot about that actually. Anyways, Dusclops returns back to the field, and Shed Skin unfortunately is not kicking in for me, so this is terrible luck for me. Taunt there on the Dusclops because we know this Dusclops does not carry any moves. Manectric goes for the Hidden Power there, and that is just going to miss out on the KO there. Dusclops unfortunately cannot use Confuse Ray thanks to Taunt, and again, no Shed Skin there for my Arbok. Alright, so PIMPNITE switches out his Electrode and brings in his Banana Saw, the Tropius. Dusclops is also switched out thanks to Taunt, rendering it useless, and also brings in a Zoom Arrow. And I finally wake up and go for the Sucker Punch there on Manectric just to deal some damage on it. Does about a quarter damage there. Manectric goes for the Volt Switch and takes out my Arbok. So finally my Arbok goes down. It did a brilliant job there. And Manectric goes back to Karin as well. Alright, so out comes the Carbink yet again because now it cannot be taunted thanks to Electrode being switched out. I'm sending my Helioisk, and with that a Zoom Arrow switched out as well, so there's a lot of switching going on here. Dusclops come back on the field, same thing again, no Taunter there to prevent it from setting up Trick Room and Will-O-Wisp. I go for the Volt Switch there on Dusclops, and I deal a little bit of damage there to Dusclops, and I get switched out as well, and bring in my Lilligant, my awesome Lilligant. Alrighty, so Banana Saw goes for Leech Seed on Carbink, just to set up a little bit of recovery there as well, and to deal some residual damage to Carbink. Carbink sets up the light screen there, raising their special defense for both Carbink and Dusclops, as well as any ally pokes on their side. A little bit of Leech Seed recovery there for Tropius. I set up the Sleep Powder on Dusclops because I'm fearing Dusclops can be a big pain in the rear side with Trick Room and Will-O-Wisp. Alright, Leech Seed there for Dusclops. So that's a double Leech Seed there for Tropius, which is great. Now Carbink sets up the skill swap. I wasn't expecting this at all. So it's going to take my own tempo and switch it with its clear body. So I can't get any stat drops now, but unfortunately I'm prone to confusion now, which kind of does wreck my Lilligant's sweep because I do rely on that ability quite a lot. Okay, so Tropius is going to get a lot of health back here with Leech Seed, so residual damage to both Carbink and Dusclops, which is great because both these Pokemon are quite bulky in their defenses, especially Dusclops in its defense. And Carbink, as we all know, is a great monstrous wall. Anyways, out comes Wailord with Tropius being sent out, and I go for the Quiver Dance, which raises my special attack, special defense, and speed by +1. Alright, so Carbink does eventually set up the Stealth Rocks, so I was predicting this quite some time ago. Unfortunately, Dusclops does wake up, so that's a big pain in the rear side, and sets up that Trick Room yet again, so I'm going to be going last now. So the Leech Seed residual damage is still continuing, and Wailord is just sucking up that health, so Dusclops has been badly affected by this. Carbink finally switches out, and Manectric comes back onto the field. So there goes that Leech Seed for that side of the field, and the Intimidate is pulled off yet again since it's still in its Mega form, but thanks to Clear Body that was switched to me, I don't get the attack drop. Dusclops go for the Pain Split here, gets all its health back, and Wailord does take a little bit of damage there, which is going to weaken its Water Spout, which is not going to deal a lot of damage there to Dusclops. There's a little bit there to Manectric. I go for the Petal Dance just to finish that Manectric off. Alrighty, so that's Mega Manectric down. So that's another poke down for their side. Leech Seed damage there, just healing off Wailord a little bit and dealing damage to Dusclops. That's going to power up Wailord's Water Spout just a little bit more. Carbink finally comes back onto the field. That's Karin's last Pokemon. Pain Split there onto my Lilligant, which is going to deal a little bit of damage, bring Dusclops back to full health. Carbink's going to set up the Reflect there, so I'm assuming Light Clay on Carbink because I haven't seen lefties. Wailord is a Choice Specs, I think, so it's going to deal the Water Spout and bring Carbink nearly down to the red there. A little bit of damage on Dusclops. I go for the pedal dance, which is going to take that carbink out. So that should be her last final poke, I think. Anyways, thanks to having no own tempo now, I get confused thanks to fatigue. So I'm going to have to switch out here. Before that though, let's see damage on Dusclops, healing off Wailord a little bit more. Alright, so Dusclops is going to get switched out, and a Zoom Arrow is going to come back in. And with that, I'm going to switch out as well because I don't want to risk getting hurt in confusion, and bring back in my Helios because I know this is going to deal some nice damage to Azumarill, but at this point in time, I did make a whopping big mistake. Anyways, Wailord goes for the Water Spout there, deals a little bit of damage thanks to direct resistance there. Wailord does get switched out because I think it's run out of PP thanks to Dusclops' pressure ability. Electrode does come back in, a little bit of Stealth Rock damage there. Alright, this is my bad mistake. I forgot Trick Room was up and I'd be moving last. Azumarill goes for Superpower and one hit KOs my Heliolisk. So that was a really bad play on my part. I should have probably stayed in with Lilligant and risked the confusion. Anyways, as that happens, of course the Trick Room ends. Alright, so my Lilligant does come back out. Alright, so Azumarill goes for the Aqua Jet there. It's going to hit Electrode and take Electrode out, but before it goes down, it's going to cause Aftermath damage to Azumarill, and there goes Electrode. So I think PIMPNITE is just left with his Wailord. Upon that, I do go for the Sleep Powder, just hopefully get a chance to set up my Quiver Dance and just take this Azumarill out with Pedal Dance. Anyways, back comes in Wailord. Alright, so he's going to switch out his Azumarill because it's asleep, can't do anything, which is great. Back comes Dusclops, which is going to set back up the pressure, which is goddamn annoying. I set up my Quiver Dance, so another +1 on my special attack, special defense, and speed since I did lose it upon the switch. Wailord goes for the Ice Beam, so going for the Freeze Axe here, that deals some pretty good damage there to Dusclops. I go for the Pedal Dance, and that's going to hit Dusclops really hard and taking it out. So Lilligant is really on a roll here. Right, so obviously Ice Beam is going to fail because there's no target on the field. And out comes their last Pokemon, which is Azumarill, which is asleep. Lilligant goes for the Pedal Dance, and that, of course, is going to take out the Azumarill. So that was GG. That was actually, well, that was really fun battle indeed. And as I said, me and PIMPNITE were not in the same room to communicate any of our battle strategies. We didn't know what we were bringing and what the other one was doing. So, as I said, this was probably a great example of how we work when we're not talking to each other. But yeah, that played out really well. So, as I said, GG dudes or dudettes, or dude or dudette, whatever you want to say. I really stuffed that up. See, I really do suck at post-commentary now. I'm more of a live commentary person. But yeah, I'll try and do more of these in the future. I do have a few battles I do want to post from the live streams. I've got a few multi-battles. I've got a battle from, not the last live stream, but a live stream before that, plus another single battle I did outside the live stream as well. So be on the lookout for those sometime in the near future, hopefully in the next couple of days when I get around to doing them. Hopefully I'll get off my lazy ass and do it. So yeah, as I said, keep an eye out for them, and if you want to see me post more Wi-Fi battles, let me know and I'll see what I can do, because obviously with me live streaming now, we should be live streaming every weekend now, so I should be able to get a lot of battles, win a lot of new pokes as well. So that's kind of my ultimate goal, is to get back into Wi-Fi battling, because that seems to be what everyone wants me to do. But yeah, I'm gonna shut up now. So anyways, that's it for this video. So until the next video, this is Lady KrimZen saying ciao for now, but not forever. Ciao!